This is The Great Expanse by JohnBat426 here on YouTube. It is always a pleasure to record these videos, to edit them, to fine-tune them, put my unique spin on them for your viewing pleasure, for your listening pleasure, hopefully. Hopefully you'll get something out of what these videos is about comic book related stuff. And if you've liked the videos that you've seen thus far, hit that like button, share these videos with other people that you know that like comic book related stuff as much as you do. Subscribe to the channel, hit that bell for notifications. Which one? All. Not personalized or the one underneath, but all. So the next time a new videos drop, you'll know about it second. I'll know about it first. One breath champ. What is the one breath challenge? It's me just getting out my pleasantries and my little platitudes and my encouraging you to subscribe in one breath. That's it. Because most people don't want to see that. They don't want to hear that for too long. They don't want to hear it stretched out when they're watching a YouTube video. Now, you've clicked on the thumbnail. You know what the video is supposed to be about. You don't want to hear me talking about me. You want to hear me talking about X-Men 97. It says the creator, Beau DeMayo, has been fired. Now, I'm kind of spoiled on this story already because I'm a part of another community online. All right, so this topic has already been poured over, okay, or they've already kind of dug in deep and fine-tuned everything. But this article by Entertainment Weekly, that's the website, it says X-Men 97 Beau DeMayo exit addressed by Marvel. All right, so that's a little different. So this is Marvel saying what's going on with Beau DeMayo, and I believe Beau DeMayo directed or wrote episodes for Moon Knight, a series that I watched the first couple of episodes and it just got really wacky to me. And I said, good night to Moon Knight. I never finished it. All right. So as I said, the website is Entertainment Weekly. The author is Nick Romano. All right. Oh, crap. And all these freaking pop-ups. All right. Marvel Animation head addresses X-Men 97 showrunner exit. Brad Winderbaum, who heads animation at Marvel Studios, speaks with EW about the situation. Here's the situation. Idiot. Okay, that's before you guys time, so I won't go into it. It says, Brad Winderbaum, the head of streaming, television, and animation at Marvel Studios, addressed the sudden departure of X-Men 97 showrunner Beau DeMayo that still has fans and press alike scratching their heads. I can't talk about the detail. I hate when they say that. I can't talk about. So what's the point of the article? Why make an address? Why go have a press conference? Like, I came here today to tell you all that I can't tell you everything. So anyway, I'll continue. Winderbaum tells EW in an interview, but I can say that Beau had real respect and passion for these characters and wrote what I think are excellent scripts. Another pop-up. Excellent scripts that really the rest of the team were able to draw inspiration from to build this amazing show that's on screen. So this is politics. This is a political answer. Asked if he would categorize the parting of ways as a firing, he says, I don't. We parted ways is the best way I could say. Okay, so before I finish the article, when you part ways with a company, basically the company comes to you and says, we can't continue this relationship. This business relationship has to be dissolved. We would prefer, here, we'll give you a severance package, but yes, you are fired. I'm pretty sure that Beau DeMayo got a severance package, okay? It's like, thank you for the great series that you wrote. It says he wrote amazing scripts. I believe he wrote 2 seasons of X-Men 97. And it says the rest of the team drew inspiration from it, so obviously they respect his work. So they say, here's a severance package, but we are officially parting ways. We don't want to use the word fired, but officially, Beau DeMayo is fired. I'll continue with the article. Reps for DeMayo did not respond to EW's requests for comment. DeMayo had completed work on Season 1 and the not yet renewed Season 2 of X-Men 97, but as EW confirmed earlier this week, he was fired from the project with mere days to go before the show premiered on Disney+. This was a firing. The writer and producer who's been involved with the sequel to X-Men the Animated Series since 2021 was set to speak with members of the press for additional interviews to promote the show. Even prior to the news breaking, he had been pulled from the media rotation and his ever-active social media presence had been scrubbed from the internet. Now, that's another thing that I was made aware of with the other internet community. I mean, the other YouTube community that I'm very close with. Okay. If we have time, maybe I'll talk about that, but I really don't like to get into that personal kind of stuff, so maybe we won't talk about it at all. All right. By Friday, his accounts were reactivated. All right. Winterbaum also told Variety of the subject matter, "He did excellent work writing seasons 1 and 2, and I can't wait for fans to see the series. The entire team came together to create a revival worthy of the X-Men's 60-year legacy." 1963, I believe, is when the X-Men debuted. That's 61 as of this year, years ago. From Stan and Jack to Claremont to the Lewalds, we all truly were standing on the shoulders of giants. In addition to actively promoting the show on social media, DeMayo regularly posted shirtless gym selfies, and he operated a non-explicit OnlyFans account for a time. However, none of that was kept a secret. Though showrunner and writerships are fairly common on ongoing projects, the fact that DeMayo's departure comes solely in the process still poses a lot of questions. Okay, so now I have to talk about it because the article is talking about it. Okay. OnlyFans is a very explicit website. Okay? There is material on there that if there are children watching this video, talk to your parents about it. Parents, if you have children, warn your children away from the website without saying, "Don't go to this website." Because if you say don't go to this website, the kids will go, "Sure, mommy, I won't go to this website." Okay? So, parents, however your kids respond, please do it. So, as I said, OnlyFans has very explicit content. I'm going to leave it at that. Okay? And it says that he was regularly posting shirtless gym selfies. So, obviously, DeMayo was, I guess, on the thirsty side of things and regularly showing off his physique. And the fact that it wasn't a secret really points me in the direction of something else having had happened. Something else transpired. Maybe another member of the team wanted his position, and they said, "Hey, Brad Winderbaum, this is what DeMayo's doing. Look at this. Ha ha ha. I've heard news that he's sending these explicit shirtless gym selfies to underage minors." I could see somebody doing that to try to take Beau DeMayo's position. I can see that. That's also speculation. That's conjecture. I have no evidence of that. But if it says that his OnlyFans account was non-explicit, and it says it wasn't a secret, I think he knew that having an OnlyFans account, period, was something that was going to have the spotlight of Disney all over it. So the fact that it wasn't a secret and was non-explicit material, I don't think his having an account is what led to his departure. I think something else happened. I think there was whispers in the ears of Brad Winderbaum, who they said is the head of the Marvel Studios animation and streaming. And they kind of... I think that's what happened to Beau. Let me continue with the article. In terms of where X-Men 97 currently stands in terms of getting a new showrunner, Winderbaum offers a rundown of where the team is at in the process. "I've now seen versions of animatics for the entire second season," he says. "Obviously, when you're in that stage, there's a lot of work to do. It's editorial, but it's also still iterative." That's a different word. "Because there's still story to be worked out when you put it on its feet in that way. We're going to start development on the third season very soon." Third season, not bad. "In the year, we're trying to figure out who is going to be that voice on the page, but luckily that's going to come as a surprise. There's many talented X-Men fans, excellent writers. X-Men will premiere on Disney Plus this March the 20th. I'm very excited about this." Okay, so that's Wednesday. All right. DeMayo previously told EW how he connected to the material as a gay black man growing up within an adopted family, specifically to the themes of discrimination and found family. "It's always interesting to take Xavier's dream and turn it on its head," he said at the time, DeMayo. "When I first came to this, I was thinking about what the world of the 90s was like, even issues of social acceptance, and what does it mean to be different. It was so much more simplistic than it is today. The X-Men spent years telling humanity to embrace the future, walk into the future together. What happens when they get hit with a future they didn't see coming? What does it feel like to be on the other end when you feel like that future is leaving you behind?" And that's the end of the article. And this is very insightful, what Beau DeMayo said before he was sent packing, basically. And the X-Men's always been progressive. Like, sorry about that. They've always discussed the plight of minorities in the real world. I remember specifically, okay, yes, I'm showing my age here. The very first issue of one of the more popular X-Men crossovers that crossed over in Uncanny X-Men, crossed over in the newly founded title just called X-Men. I think that was just the gold team, because they were divided into the blue team and the gold team, representing the original X-Men colors, blue and gold. There was X-Force and X-Factor. So across these 4 X-Men mutant titles, it was called the Executioner Song. In the very first issue, Charles Xavier is in the yellow hover chair like you see in the Multiverse of Madness when they go to the Illuminati in that other dimension. And he specifically says black, white, or homosexual. So we're talking about 1992 to 1993. That we're talking about what the X-Men represented. I mean, even now, gayness was not as accepted or wasn't even as exploited as it is today back in the 90s, okay? And I believe that's when North Star, I forgot what his name is, a member of the Alpha Flight, came out as gay. So it's not really an acceptable time in the 90s, but I specifically remember the X-Men always being ahead of the curve as far as the acceptance of minorities and sub-minorities. Because gay is a sub-minority. Because you can be in a wheelchair, which is a minority, black, which is a minority, or Asian, and be gay. So that's a sub-minority. Do you understand what I'm saying? But X-Men is my favorite superhero group in fiction. All right? I've always loved the X-Men. I can't wait for the animated series to hit on Wednesday. There's a lot of there's a lukewarm reception to the X-Men because of Disney kind of being in charge, whatever. And originally Fox was in charge, but Fox has been purchased by Disney. But we really need the spirit of the X-Men to be a part of this. Now Disney is a company. It has stockholders. They have certain rules that they can't break, certain lines that they won't cross. That's fine and dandy. Just tell yeah, that was a whack term, fine and dandy. Just tell a great story, please, that is true to the characters. Please? That's not hard to ask for, is it? Can't Rogue still be a Southern belle that's calling people sugar without people going, oh, they're sexually objectifying the men now? Can't Gambit still be a ladies' man? Can't he still be flirtatious? Can he? Please? Can Storm still be the curvaceous young lady that she is as the co-leader of the X-Men? Can Cyclops not be Cy-Cuck, cuckold? Can he not be Cy-Cuck to Jean Grey? Please? Can Jean Grey not be bossing him around or bossing the X-Men around? Can it not be the X-Women? Can it please still be the X-Men? And I've always said this, the females in the X-Men were always the most powerful. Always! I feel like I'm Italian now. Rogue, Storm, Jean Grey, the most powerful members of the X-Men. This isn't a question. This isn't a controversy. These are facts. All right? So, it's easy to do. It's so easy. Just tell great stories with those great enemies of the X-Men. The Sentinels. I saw the Sentinels in the trailer. Magneto, of course, the arch enemy of the X-Men. Even though he's not really a villain. He's a villain to humanity, but he's not really a villain to the X-Men, even though he's an enemy, if that makes sense. Because Magneto, he's for the proliferation of mutants. That's a just cause. But his means can be mean, if you get what I'm saying. So let's see the Sentinels. Let's see Magneto, Juggernaut. We got to have Apocalypse. We got to have a strong voice actor to reprise the role of N-Saba Nor Apocalypse. But as far as this story goes, hopefully there's no drop-off in talent, because it sounds like Beau DeMayo was really like a wunderkind. A great word for the greatest fans by John F. 426. W-U-N-D-E-R-K-I-N-D. All right. And it's kind of just like a genius to say wunderkind. All right. Or wunderkind, if you want to be precise in the German pronunciation of it. But it sounds like this guy really had his head on straight. And it sounds like he did some marvelous work. I hope there's no drop-off in quality or drop-off in production with his exit, because it said he wrote seasons 1 and 2, and it says they're in the process of developing season 3. I hope there's no drop-off. I hope whoever's working with him kind of got, his spirit, his style, and, perfected it to their own, so that X-Men 97 can be what we X-Men original series fans have always wanted to see resurrected and revitalized. All right? So we're going to try to end the video right there. If you like the video, if you like my take on this situation or the X-Men 97, hit that like button. All right? Share this video. Subscribe to the channel. Write a comment in the comment section. Write a dissertation in the comment section if need be. David Brent, please let them know where those comments or dissertations go, sir. Thank you, Mr. Brent. Do your part. I'll do my part. So The Great Expanse by John Bat 426 can and will expand. It's in the name.